got a little story here for y'all about our good friends, our good friends and allies over there in the Middle East, Saudi Arabia. I'm told that it's almost like we're married to them. We're married at the hip. We love them. They're our buddy. And so that's why this was shocking, right? It's shocking to hear words like this come from such a great and loyal and amazing ally. Mohammed bin Salman's cousin's violent threat to the West. Saud al-Shailan warns those who challenge Saudi Arabia that, quote, "We are all projects of jihad and martyrdom," after Biden said there would be consequences for OPEC cut. So let me give you the backstory here for those of you who don't know it. OPEC Plus, which includes like Saudi Arabia and Russia, they got together and they said, let's limit the output of oil by 2 million barrels a day. Now, why would they do that? Well, it helps Russia in their war against Ukraine, and it also hurts America. It'll make prices go up in America for gas, and that has the effect of hurting Biden, hurting the Democrats, helping Republicans in the midterms. Now you say, well, why would they want to do that? Well, it's very simple. When a Democratic administration is in power, Saudi Arabia only gets like 75% of the stuff they want. When a Republican is in power, especially Donald Trump, they get 100% of what they want. So, and they also recently did a $94 million contribution and lobbied that all went to the Republican Party. So they're trying to buy the entire Republican Party. They're actually betting on a horse now. Usually, they used to be smarter than this. They would pay Democrats and Republicans, and so they'd have sway no matter who's in charge. Now they're going all in with Republicans. $94 million to the Republicans. They've paid probably over $100 million to Trump to have their live golf events at his courses, among other sort of business deals with him. $2 billion to Jared Kushner. Who was it? Was it Mnuchin also? I don't know if it was Mnuchin or somebody else in the Trump administration who also got a tremendous amount of money from the Saudis. So they know, hey, these are our guys. Trump looked the other way when they massacred Jamal Khashoggi, even in the wake of it. There was no slap on the wrist, no nothing. Trump vetoed a bill that would have blocked our support for the genocide in Yemen that Saudi Arabia was carrying out. He was their loyal foot soldier. So they want to help them. So this was a total snub to America, a total snub to Joe Biden. And Joe Biden's like, look, we see what you're doing. There might be consequences for this. And they flip out. Top Saudi official flips out. Quote, "Anybody who challenges the existence of this kingdom, we are all projects of jihad and martyrdom." Saud al-Shailan said. Al-Shailan's threat comes at a time of sky-high tensions between Washington and Riyadh after OPEC Plus cut oil production by 2 million barrels a day. Biden claimed that Riyadh would face consequences as aides announced the U.S. would be reevaluating its relationship with the Saudis. There's going to be some consequences for what they've done with Russia, Biden said in a CNN interview aired last Tuesday. So by the way, what can the U.S. do in response to this? Well, one of the things you could do is ban U.S. oil exports. So in other words, we can, the oil and gas that we produce here, which by the way, we're the number one producer in the world, we can use it domestically, as opposed to having it outsourced. So that's one thing you could do. You could also nationalize the oil. Doubt that's going to happen. You could also normalize relations with Venezuela and Iran to get another source. And of course, in the long run, by 2030, you should ban all gas cars and move towards electric. These are just some of the things you could do. And it looks like the U.S. for the first time in a long time is actually reevaluating what's going on with Saudi Arabia, because this is the furthest they've gone in snubbing the West. This is the clearest example of that, and Biden is getting the hint now. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman's cousin issued a violent threat against those who challenge Saudi Arabia. In a message aimed at the West, he said, "Anybody who challenges the existence of this kingdom, we are all projects of jihad and martyrdom. Anybody that thinks they can threaten us." By the way, I love when they accidentally say too much, right? This is the guy, by the way, right here. This is the guy, by the way. I love they do the Remember when they threatened to 9/11 Canada? It was Canada, right? I think it was Canada. Because Canada was involved in some diplomatic dispute between Saudi Arabia and somebody else. And so they posted, like, this could happen to you too, or some shit, and it was planes flying into the towers. They just kind of admit, right? Like, yeah, this is what we do. Like, we're the guys who did the thing. Like, yeah, we did jihad and martyrdom. That's what it's... Wait, hold on. I know you guys were responsible for 9/11, but weren't you at least pretending to not do that? And the idea that you threaten that again? What are we talking about here? Why would the U.S. ever continue to play footsie with these morons? Why would you ever do it? Again, you could normalize with Venezuela, you can normalize with Iran, you could ban U.S. oil exports, you could nationalize our oil. We don't need these fuckers. We don't need them at all. And if they're going to snub you repeatedly, and by the way, what else it goes hand in hand with this deal? It's like an oil for security deal. But by security, that means we're going to allow you to do a fucking genocide in our name. With our money, with our weapons. You kidding me? Cut that shit off. Now, by the way, it'll be interesting to see what happens because it is true. They talk about, if you threaten this kingdom, what does that mean? That means internally in Saudi Arabia, when they saw Washington was pissed with what they did, they're like, oh, fuck. Are they going to topple us? Because, of course, the U.S., we're the craziest motherfucker on the block. We toppled Saddam. We toppled, Gaddafi in Libya. We had intervened in Iran and toppled Mossadegh and put the Shah in. So this is that they're actually maybe low-key a little shook now. Because when they saw, oh shit, Biden's not just, they probably think Biden's such a cuck, he's just going to take it. But he's actually shown some signs of, you're crossing a line now, bitch. And as a result, they're like, oh fuck, what do we do? If you threaten us, we'll do jihad or something. However hard they think they could fuck us, we obviously have the capacity to fuck them a million times harder. Just so everybody understands that. And I know you do, but, the world's most insane country with the most powerful military is only going to take so much of your shit before they're like, oh, now it's time to pay, bitch. Go back and read the history. We used to be Saddam's ally until he pissed us off. We gave him weapons, we gave him money, then he pissed us off, and then we did a whole propaganda campaign against him and toppled him. And, by the way, the propaganda campaign against Saudi Arabia would literally be the easiest one of all time. You just have to state the facts. And people, oh my God, they're dictators. This is how it works, man. We militarily support 73% of the world's dictatorships. But we will pick the baddie country and talk about all the bad actions of the baddie country and use that as a justification to topple that country while ignoring the people who are just as bad of dictators or worse who we fund and arm. But so as soon as that propaganda effect starts targeting you, TikTok, bitch, your time's it's numbered. Your days are numbered. It's limited. So anyway, better watch your fucking mouth, Saudi Arabia. This is it's heating up. It's heating up, and we know what your MO is. We know you fund radical extremism around the world, Muslim fundamentalism. Salafist Islam. We know the deal. We know you did 9/11. We know you're behind it. But if you step over that line and it looks like they either did already or are flirting with it, there will be consequences. Ever since Adpocalypse, when YouTube defunded all independent news and politics overnight, we haven't trusted them. We know they can pull the rug out from underneath us at any time. If you enjoy this content, please consider tipping $1 or $2 per month on the Secular Talk Patreon. Link in the video description box below. Thanks for your support.